almost the weekend. That means racing in Hong Kong is not too far away. We're at Sha Tin on Sunday. Not quite the fanfare of last Sunday, but 10 races nonetheless. And joined in the studio to preview it all by Tom Wood and Nick Child. And Nick, there's a very good quality straight race coming up.
There is indeed, yeah. Really good race actually down the straight, the 1,000 metres. So blink and you'll miss that one. But also there are some very interesting horses having their second starts in Hong Kong. And they did indeed catch the eye first time out.
We'll find out who they are as the show progresses. No Paul Alley, as you can see. Tom Wood is here. There's dramas this weekend too, Tom. Lukfook Jewellery Race Day, and our fashion guru, Lally's not here.
Oh, Fashionista's not here, so it'll be left up to someone else. Might be you, Mark, here for the jewellery show coming up after race number 3. But in all seriousness, the eye's heading towards the 4-year-old series now. There's 10 4-year-olds going around that are eligible for the series in the last race. No jackpots to speak of, but there's plenty coming up Wednesday night for the all-weather meeting.
There is indeed. Yeah, there is some massive money coming out of Happy Valley last week into next Wednesday. But we've got a new Frenchman in town, and with IR slowly fading away for another year, Nick went and caught up with the newest jockey, Alexis Pouchin.
La façon de monter est un peu différente.
Quite happy to arrive in Hong Kong. A lot of things change, you know, if you compare to France, but he's really happy. Both tracks are very good.
Comme j'ai déjà pu le dire,
it was a very good opportunity for him to come at the winter time, because first we don't have a lot of nice races in France for the moment. And the second thing is, yeah, we have the choice because the GRA contacts us really early in the year, like in August. But Mr. Fab really enjoys Hong Kong. He really likes Hong Kong. He has some good experience over there. And then, to be honest, he doesn't give the choice to Alexis. He said, this year, this winter time, you go to Hong Kong. First, because races are very important and you can learn a lot of things. And second, you will enjoy the place. Always nice to be in Hong Kong.
oui, bien sûr, y a Gérald qui...
Gerald gave him a lot of information about the tracks, about the way to ride, and about the place to enjoy. Then first, it was a really nice backup from Gerald to get more information about the life in Hong Kong. And the second thing is, you know, Michael Bartolna is in the same team together. We work all together. Also Antoine Amelin, French team. He knows Antoine since long time now, and our friend also. Then he give him a lot of tips also.
Non, ça a été une année exceptionnelle.
He was very lucky, to be honest. That's what he said in first, to catch some really nice horses like that. Of course, Marquis de Sévigné will be his, how we say, his filly, his light filly, because when you catch like 2 Group 1 last year, 3 Group 1 this year with the same filly, 5 in only 2 seasons. It's a lot of success and a lot of really nice winners.
On the near side, Horizon Door takes a narrow lead. Marquis de Savini kicks on the inside. Oh, gee, that's close. Oh, what a great finish.
Mes ambitions, c'est de...
First of all, his aim is to progress. Every time ride better in all the countries that he has the chance to go. And first ambition is to win some nice races in Hong Kong. After we will see, and he will wish. He think a bit early, but he thinks also to come next year. If he has the support this year, why not to come again in the next season?
There is Alexis Pouchin. That interview, Nick, you did with Alexis' interpreter, who is also called Alexis, and he couldn't have found much of a taller interpreter to stand next to.
No, quite. No, he's a very tall chap. But look, Alexis Pouchin doing the race riding, of course, and I mean, his record on, you know, notably Marquis de Sévigné and also Metropolitan. He won a Poule d'Essai de Poulon on that horse this year. And he's well known, Tom, across the world pool races because he's been winning big, and we've been seeing a bit of him, actually.
Yeah, he had a great grounding, of course, through Andre Fabre before arriving here. I think he was his head lad, and then he went away and was indentured to someone else, and then went back to Andre Fabre for his apprenticeship there. He's had 20-odd rides here in Hong Kong for 6 placings, including Yoda's Choice, his first ride on the all-weather. He's going around this weekend, but not with Alexis on board. But not a bad effort, I thought, from 20-odd rides for 6 placings.
As we have a look at his rides there, Nick, through the first 5 races or so, with the Talent Supremo coming back to the straight at Sha Tin.
Yeah, interesting ride there, and obviously Viva Chaleur as well. Obviously a talented horse on his day, able to bring his best form. Circuit Maximus there as well. He's got Dilbar in the 10th. Interesting enough, it's a ringing endorsement when Douglas White puts on a new jockey, and obviously we know Douglas here obviously is a superstar when he was riding, so the fact he's using Alexis is a feather in his cap.
Absolutely, as he did on Wednesday night also.
Yeah,
Tom.
Thriving Brothers just needed to stay straight, Thriving Brothers, but I think he's got a win in him sooner rather than later.
All right, it's time to look at the Lukfook Jewellery Race Day on Sunday at Sha Tin. We've got 10 on the C+3 course. And we get the bling bling underway at 1 o'clock. The 2 races we focus on, race 7, the Lukfook Jewellery Cup Class 2 over the 1,000, and the Lukfook Jewellery Deer Q Class 3 over the 1,600 metres. The 7th has Bundle of Charm at the top of the book with the pacifiers off. Fantastic Treasure is first up and a 2-time winner first up too. Fast Network has won 3 from 4. I Gives coming back in distance. Baby Crystal's a 3-time course and distance winner. Healthy won 2 races in the space of about 4 days when we last saw him. Stellar Express has placed 5 from 6 course and distance. Carroll Street, Visor Off, Cheek Pieces and the Shadow Roll go back on, and Turf Phoenix, he's had 1 start in Class 3 and comes up in Grade 4. It's going to be tough for him down the bottom, but it's I Give Tom straight to the lead.
Yeah, he showed good pace when he led down the straight course recently at Sha Tin to I Give, so he'll be at the pointy end again. You've got Stellar Express behind him, who was handy and was just mugged last time out. Fast Network sat on the outside rail last time out, but he might not be in that position this time round, but he won't be far off them again. Baby Crystal, Bundle of Charm, Fantastic Treasure offer a long break is resuming, so he's likely to go back with the apprentice claim potentially.
We start with the most interesting horse on the program. Zach Purton rides Fast Network. Zach, Fast Network again this week. That win last time looked super impressive. Was it the same on his back?
It certainly was. Blinkers on made a big difference. Some horses respond well to them, and he certainly did.
They haven't missed him this week. They've put him up to Class 2 and with a pretty big weight.
Yeah, it's just the rating band of the race. You know, there weren't too many high-rated horses in it, so therefore his weight went up a little bit. But he's a big horse. He should be able to carry it. He'll be okay.
He's been a bit versatile too throughout those 4 starts. You've ridden him forward and back, so it doesn't matter how you jump.
It does. He's still got to jump well. When he hasn't jumped well, he's got himself into an awkward spot, and that brought about his defeat that time. But from the inside gate, he's not going to get cluttered up even if he is a little bit slow out, so it's not as important, but I'd still like him to get out of the gates well.
And he's a genuine just 1,000 metre horse at this stage of his career?
He's always given us the impression that he's wanted further. He's bred to go a little bit further, but he does have a little bit of a breathing issue, which is why we kept him at the 1,000 metre races for now, but we are looking to step him up when we can.
Back to last Sunday, you go from a very promising sprinter this week to a top liner from last week. Have you spoken to David about how the horse pulled up?
Yeah, I have. He pulled up really well. He went home, he ate everything, and the horse is in good order, so that's a good sign, and he's got a little bit of a break now between that run and his next run. So he'll go back to Trongfara and enjoy himself up there as he does, and have a nice little trial there before he comes back.
Must have been really proud, as you said, after the race of his effort last week with things not going to plan during the run.
Yeah, he's a young 4-year-old. We all expected so much for him, especially coming off the back of a track record. And as I mentioned, sometimes things can happen in races that horses need to try and overcome. And he certainly had a few things thrown at him and he was still able to win. So I think it was a very good effort.
There he is, it's Zach Purton, Tom. So Kaying rising last week into Fast Network, who's doing great things in the lower grades.
Yeah, well, he might have been a bit of a surprise with what he did last time out to Fast Network. The handicapper didn't miss him. He put him up for 13 points, this on from 28 days since his last run, but he ran .062 inside of standard last time out. It was a strong effort and good time and spared away from them. Obviously beat Heroic Master, who was luckless on Wednesday night, but I think this horse can win again.
Yeah, for sure, Tom. Look, I mean, form looks okay, and as you say, he's run decent time. Slight concern, if anything, is that he's drawn 2. He's going to put him far side, but I think that's going to be too much of an inconvenience. And look, he ranks fairly highly as far as the clock is concerned there with the 55.83. Obviously, Carroll Street on his best time can run extremely fast time. So too can a few of them in this.
Yeah, Baby Crystal I thought was a bit disappointing last time out. He meets healthy, obviously £1 better off, but he hasn't been in the same form for a wee while.
We start, Nick, with our replays. Down the straight, form 2 around Bundle of Charm and also I Give. I Give's only had the 2 goes down the straight, 4 a placing. This is it, Bundle of Charm. He's having his second go at 1,000 metres.
Yeah, interesting. Both of them actually interesting runners down the straight. I mean, I Give obviously up to a mark of 79, and Pierre has run him down the straight, and he ran well enough there a couple of starts ago. He is a better 1,200 metre horse. There's no getting away from that, and I think so too. The same sort of comments apply there to the top weight Bundle of Charm, or joint top weight here with these pacifiers coming off. They've dropped him a couple of pounds, but I would prefer both of them over a little bit further, Tom.
Yeah, it wasn't bad there, I thought, I Give last time out, obviously behind a couple of nice ones, Magic Control and Wunderbar. I thought on the all-weather, Bundle of Charm was a bit disappointing last start.
On we go, Tom, to this replay, which is Healthy. Baby Crystal, this is the race you said he was a bit disappointing. Stellar Express is fairly consistent. Carroll Street not too far away, but this was a big week for Healthy.
Yeah, it was a couple of wins in a few days. Obviously, over Eternal Fortune at Happy Valley by a short margin, and then an even narrower margin here over Stellar Express. What do you say about Stellar Express? Well, he's obviously £4 better off with Healthy. He's £13 better off with Fast Network, but he's taken a lot of support with him, Nick, and he's still yet to deliver, and he had every chance up on the pace here last time out.
Yeah, look, I agree. I mean, he's bumped in obviously to one who's in good form. He's only gone down by a narrow margin. Not forgetting John Sides, of course, was amongst the winners Wednesday night, which was great to see. So maybe the stable just turning that corner, and I don't think this horse will be too long in winning one.
One more to look at, Nick, before we get to yours and Tom's selections. It's Fantastic Treasure running 4th. Gets a £10 claim here for Brittany Wong. Off the scene since April. Yeah,
231 days since we last saw him in action, obviously, and this was his most recent trial. Look, he's lost his way a little bit, but I think fresh, definitely the time to catch him. He's won 2 from 5 fresh, and look, this will be his first go down the straight. Maybe 1 or 2 will have a bit too much boot for him, but I just thought with £10 off, good fresh record, he might outrun his odds potentially, this horse.
Yeah, not a bad trial. Obviously, next to him was All Cash, who was all over the show on the straight the other day in the last race at Sha Tin. He won his first 5 races here, this horse, and then he was, I think, David Hayes' horse for the 4-year-old series at Erie. He had an issue with a splint, I think I can remember back to then. He's had a left 4 tendon injury, 1,000 metres, 812 days since he's won a race, so I'm just happy to watch.
So he's not going on top on that, Tom. Fast Network simply too quick for them?
Yeah, I think he is, Mark, for Zach Purton and Dennis Yip. So he's the on-top selection at Fast Network. To beat Stellar Express, I think they're the 1-2 punch in this race. Healthy, he'll be there or thereabouts again. Obviously has to front up here in Class 2 for the very first time. And then I threw in I Give also for Pierre Ong and James McDonald. Thought maybe if he was to bring his best on what he showed down the straight 2 starts ago behind Magic Control and Wunderbar, he could give this a shake as well. But 4, 8, 7 and 5.
Yeah, also gone with the 4 on top here. I think he's the one they've got to beat. His form is looking very good, and he looks very progressive indeed. Fast Network for Purton and Yip. But Stellar Express won't be too far away, a bit like last time. He might be able to turn that form around with Healthy, but there shouldn't be a great deal between the pair. And look, I've put Fantastic Treasure in, given that he has got such a good fresh record, and £10 coming off will be a big help as well. 4, 8, 7, 2.
And that has been the first part of Racing to Win. Plenty more to come, and it's coming up on the other side of this break. Welcome back to Racing to Win. Out of the break and on to the last run reminder. Just want to make sure this comes up correct, Tom, and it's not a typo on the rundown. No, it is Hoss, who last won when we broadcast his show in black and white.
Yes. And it's actually Shane Paul's not here to tell us the story, how he got named to Hoss, but he's left us with the last run reminder as well. Race 1, number 7. Now, he's obviously in a new stable. In fact, he's had a couple of stables now. He was with Jamie Richards, Chris So now, but before, or between Jamie and Chris, it was also Pierre, who's had a turn with the Hoss as well. And you can see him being dragged back towards the back of the field here, just slightly in standard for the first 600 metres of this race. His last win was off a rating of 67, this horse. Now he's half that at the moment, off a rating of 37. So he's way down here, but naught from 6 course and distance. You can see him towards the back there, making some ground over the final stages. So definitely wasn't the worst run from Hoss last time out. He does know how to win. He's a 3-time winner from his 27 starts, but he has been a little out of sorts for a wee while. But maybe some glimpses of that old form starting to come back. Here he is in Class 5, probably one of the best handicapped horses of the day. It's Hoss in race number 1, number 7.
He's told the story many times, and if you haven't heard it and you see him out and about, make sure you ask him how it's got its name. He loves telling the story as much as he can. On to race number 10 now, and the last race gets underway over the 1,600 metres for the Class 3s. Cap Ferrar first up in Hong Kong for Vincent Ho and Francis Loy. Mickley has the tongue tie going on. Sky Trust last start winner carries an extra £4. Fallon, a two-time course and distance winner. Silvery Breeze won at his Hong Kong debut. He has an extra £3 on his back. Amazing Victory, close last time. Packing Turbine, 2 trials since his last start. Dilbar has the shadow roll going on, and SJ Torbjorn's had a stable change. He's now with Dennis Yip, who's removed the blinkers, the crossover noseband and the tongue tie, and given him 2 trials before the debut from the stable. It's Lopan Spirit across the lead, Tom.
That's what he likes to try and do. He likes to try and dictate, does Lopan Spirit. Sky Trust was ridden perfectly last time by Lyle Hewitson, crossed the face of the field and was able to get towards the inside. Golden Artie won't be far away. Looks a little tricky for Amazing Victory, who is drawn out wider. If he does go forward, it could be a tough run for him. Fallon behind him. Silvery Breeze. Now this horse, Silvery Breeze, last time out had a pretty good run towards the back end of the field and was able to score. And SJ Torbjorn towards the back with his first up run for a long time. Cap Ferrar, a newcomer, normally raced back in Australia.
Winning form is where we start, and the winning rider of Sky Trust from last time out is Lyle Hewitson. Lyle, Sky Trust, he looks just the most honest sort of racehorse in what he's done so far in Hong Kong.
Yeah, he's a really solid horse. He makes it quite easy to ride him because he's tactically quite astute. He gets out the gates well, and last time he sat outside the leader and produced a good finish. He's been just behind them, and he's done everything. And I think that he would be able to even sit a bit further back and unleash a bit more. So I think that there's a few aces up his sleeve still, and yeah, he's got a good draw to give him every chance once again.
You've just about answered all the other questions. You get in pretty well with the weights too off that last start win, which was good from 14. He had to do it at both ends.
Yeah, it was good from 14, but I'm not disillusioned to the fact that he got over really easy. We went quite a sedate pace after that, where he was nice and relaxed, was able to pick up. So, you know, he overcame those obstacles really comfortably. And you know, from draw 1, if we get a trip as nice as that, we'll be in with a good chance again.
There he is, Lyle Hewitson on Sky Trust. We're going to stay with that replay now, Tom, and here it is from the start of the race. He'll go from the outside gate to the inside gate this week.
He does, and that should just lead him into having a really lovely run in transit. Sky Trust, you can see, he jumped away so well and was able to just angle down to the inside at his leisure. And you've got Lopan Spirit there on the inside, and they were able to be the 1-2, and that looks a similar sort of setup here this time round, except for that inside draw there. And you can see them coming down the side here. Horses like, I think, back in the field, Lupo Solitario ran really well. Stella Swift in this race. He got checked shortly after the start and was actually back in transit next to one of the other horses in the race there, in fact, Lupo Solitario, and I think they wanted to be a bit further forward with him. But I was really encouraged here, Nick, by Lupo Solitario's performance from back in the field. He's got a good second up record too. Yeah, look, he's clearly a handy type of horse, running here off 76, and as you say, he does make up some nice enough ground there as he gets into the clear. I mean, focusing back with the winner there, Sky Trust, I mean, you know, he's very consistent. He showed good gate speed there to get across from his draw, and look, getting barrier 1's obviously going to be a godsend to him. You can see that plenty of run at him late. You can see Fallon running on strong as well, so he wasn't a bad effort there too.
This is Mickley. Nick, this was his first start in Hong Kong. He came here pretty well credentialed from the UK. Were you taken by this first outing?
Absolutely, Mark, for sure. I mean, I said at the top of the programme that there were a few eye-catching horses that ran on their debuts last time coming into this meeting. He's definitely one of them. Look, he's run 4th here, beaten 2 lengths. Just watch him up the fence. He's made up ground, and Hugh's not got overly hard with him, I don't think, as well. He's obviously given him a nice introduction here, and you can see there, pushed out hands and heels. He's made up some nice ground, and he certainly won't mind stepping up in trip, Tom. No, he won't. He got a good second up record as well. Wouldn't want to take too much of a short price about him. I think he might be certainly backed after that first run.
Silvery Breeze wasn't backed at his first start, Tom, but David Eustace has shown this not just with this horse, they can deliver with overseas form on their debut. What at start number 2, though?
Yeah, and he's got barrier 14 this time round. I think I said in the speed maps he came from back in the field. Of course, he had the trail this time round, so he's not going to be afforded that same opportunity this time round. The son of Dundee, he has placed second up in Australia prior to arriving. It was a pretty tidy win here over Beauty Crescent, who's still trying to win one, Nick.
He is. And look, there was no fluke about this. I know it was a big price, but he's had to work hard for that. And, you know, he's shown a good fighting attitude. So nice horse going forward still.
Toy Soltero, a lot of money for him this night at the Valley, Nick. And he was up outside the lead of Fortune Superstar. Stayed on better, but this is the first glimpse of form we've seen from him in Hong Kong.
It is indeed, and look, he had some you know, good South American form there. The son of Van Nistelrooy, and look, this was at Happy Valley over 18. I would probably prefer him to stay at that sort of trip, if not further. But it was a better effort from him. I couldn't find a spot for him, and I'd need to see a bit more still, Tom.
Yeah, happy just to watch to see what he can do. He raced handy, had a pretty good run there, and wasn't beaten overly far by Rocket Spade.
Packing Turbine, 3.7 in the market on debut. Tom finished certainly not in the placings, but did have an excuse. He had some blood in the trachea and has had 2 trials since that debut.
Yeah, he also made contact with the gates at the start, and he was probably further back than they wanted to have him last time out. And Zach's comments were that he'd be probably better suited with a step up in trip. Well, they take a big step up from 12 to a mile. It's his first time beyond 1400, but didn't mind the trial.
Yeah, down 1 a mile. Full brother stayed 2200 metres, so I'd have absolutely no issue with him seeing out the trip.
Silvery Breeze has also been back to the trial since that debut win. Cap Ferrar having his first start in Hong Kong. Nick, Group 1 placed in Australia, but a 13-start maiden.
Yeah, look, I mean, I suppose there's pros and cons to that form, isn't there? I know he hasn't won one, but when you're running second in sort of, you know, spring champion stakes, etc., trained by Chris Waller, I mean, you know, he's obviously got very good form there, Tom, and even though he hasn't got his head in front, he's clearly talented, but starts off in a tough race.
Yeah, chased home Tom Kitten in the Spring Champion Stakes at Group 1 level. Haven't minded his trials, but happy to watch with that rating of 80.
That is a breakdown for the last. Who do you like, Tom?
In this last race, I'm siding it with number 2, Lupo Solitario for Frankie Lord, James McDonald. Mickley goes in, Sky Trust, and also Packing Turbine. 2, 3, 4 and 11. Yeah,
I've gone with the Turbine here. Packing Turbine for me on top. I thought he was very interesting on debut, going up in triple suit. Mickley in for second. Good effort from him on debut. Sky Trust, wonderfully consistent, and Silvery Breeze in as well. 11, 3, 4, 6.
That is race number 10, previewed here on Racing to Win. All the races, they're previewed on the website, hkjc.com. Click on audio and video. We haven't got too much time left, Tom, so it's best bet time, please.
Best bet comes up in race number 4, number 6, Circuit Jolly. David Hayes and Zach Purtney's down the straight 1,000. Lost his action in his first 2 starts to date so far. Race 4, number 6. Race 5, number 9, Gold Master. He's trialled well over a mile. He's a son of the Autumn Sun, so he should appreciate the step up in trip. Race 5, number 9, Gold Master, and the play with him. Solid win, caught wide last start. Beauty Alliance, I think, definite improver.
Yeah, best bet coming up for me on Sunday. Race 5, number 4, Flying Luck. Really good run last time. He's lightly raced, and second go over this trip, I think, can see him go 1 place better in race 5. And at the value, race 9, number 5, Joyful Hunter, resuming after a bit of a break. He's not without 1 or 2 little issues, but hopefully they've ironed those out, and I think he can go close. And the play, race 10, we're going to 3, 4, 11 for the numbers there.
A first starter in race 4, number 7, Happy Shooter. Haven't minded his trials. He's shown plenty of toe. Kicks off down the straight. Keith Young rides him for Danny Shum. Oriental Smoke has never missed a top 4 spot in this grade. Had a quiet but impressive enough trial since his last run. Ben Thompson for David Hayes. And the play, a QP in race 4 of 3, Fun Elite, 6, Circuit Jolly, and 7, Happy Shooter, 3, 6 and 7. That has been Racing to Win. It's diary time of what is upcoming. Wednesday night, plenty of bonuses for the Prince of Wales Hospital 40th Anniversary Cup, and then the Pokoi Cup on Sunday the 22nd at Sha Tin. So nothing, Nick, but Sha Tin in the foreseeable future.
Yeah, indeed. No, looking forward to it. And the Prince of Wales Hospital, Tom, do an excellent job. So great to have that race.
Yep, they certainly do. And of course, all eyes on the 4-year-old series now, particularly that last race. Of course, we're splashing the cash Wednesday night with the Triple Trio. So we'll see how we go on the dirt.
You're getting paid too much. There's a bit of folding stuff just there. And that'll be going around at Sha Tin on Sunday. We'll hope to have your company then when we get underway with the first of 10 races at 1 o'clock. Thanks for joining us on the show.